Heya, my name's Andy, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're jumping into episode 6. Is it episode 6? Yes, it is episode 6 of House of the Dragon Season 2. Now, last episode was quite a slow one, and I feel like it was just kind of setting up what's coming next. I think the biggest kind of takeaway from it is that Daemon is... I don't know what Daemon's doing, honestly. He's just having issues at Harrenhal. And Rhaenyra is looking to get non-Targaryens to fly dragons. And we've obviously got a couple of candidates for that already. We've got Alan, which is Corlys's bastard, and we've got the guy in King's Landing, who I can't remember his name, but the one that was in the bar, or the tavern, when Aegon walked in, and he was boasting to his friends about being the brother of the king, or the old king, and Daemon and stuff, so yes, that's going to be interesting. But yeah, just to go back to Daemon for a sec before we jump in, when I was editing episode 5, it's occurred to me, like I said at the very beginning of starting these reactions, I have read the book, Fire and Blood, but it was a long time ago. I don't actually know how long ago it was. It's been a few years. And I haven't reread it since, purposely because of House of the Dragon coming out. So I'm remembering bits and pieces, but I don't remember what's going on with Daemon, if that was in the book. I don't even remember if it was in the book. I remember something with Daemon and Harrenhal, but I don't remember details. So what my guess is at the moment is I'm wondering actually if everybody at Harrenhal is actually dead. Except for Daemon, and probably Alice. I think maybe we're supposed to think that Alice is dead, like she's a ghost of Harrenhal, but I do wonder if it's everybody else that's dead. And the thing that makes me think that is because the people that showed up at night, the villagers and stuff, or the Brackens or the Blackwoods or whatever they were, to protest what was being done to them because of what Daemon had told that one guy. I'm just wondering if those are the people that were killed during all of that, and their ghosts have come to Harrenhal to have a go at Daemon. But I don't know, because I say that, and I was going to say that the strong guy, the main guy at Harrenhal, I can't remember what his name is. He's somebody strong. I was going to say, I think he's a ghost, but I don't know if he is, because you've got the people, like the Blackwoods and the Brackens coming in, and the Tully guy, and they're clearly not ghosts. So that means that the strong guy can't be a ghost. So maybe Alice is the ghost. I don't know what's going on. It's really interesting what they're doing, though. Very interesting. Because there's obviously truth to some of it, and it's really hard to tell what's real and what isn't. Do you know what I mean? It's fascinating. I'm actually quite enjoying that aspect. It's frustrating from the point of view of the war, because I want him to stop being a twat and get back to Rhaenyra and actually do something. And this whole him going for the kinghood thing, kingship in his own right, that doesn't sit right. And maybe that is what he's doing. I don't know. I have talked far too long for this intro. This is ridiculous. So I'm going to shut up now and we will jump into the episode. This is House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 6.
The Golden Tooth is honored to receive you, my Lord Lannister. I have 500 fighting men full of spirit.
I bring 1,000 knights of my own. By the time we are finished with the Riverland scum, the Red Fort will have earned its name.
We are ready to march at your command, my lord.
I want you to send a raven to King's Landing. Tell my brother we are ready to march as soon as Prince Aemond is able to join us on Vhagar.
And until?
My men have had a long march. They are most eager to embrace the hospitality of your keep.
So he won't march until he's got a dragon to back him up then. Of course he's got lions.
He dares to summon me. Are the Lannisters so diminished that they cannot march from the Tooth to Harrenhal without an escort?
Exactly.
There is a large dragon in the Riverlands, Your Grace. My brother's army is strong, but it does seem to
I am the
surprise me
Prince
that-
Regent. Tell your brother that if he does not deliver his host to Harrenhal with haste, Daemon's dragon will become the least of his worries.
Your irritations are justified, Aemon, but it does seem...
I have a task for you as well, Sir Dylan. We will make an alliance with the Triarchy.
a little more than pirates.
They
They
are
are
a stone's throw away across the narrow sea. The Triarchy will delight in a chance to terrorize the sea snake again. Let them weaken his blockade.
What has come of our letters to the Greyjoys?
They have been to no avail. We may draw him in with honey. An offer of marriage, perhaps, to the Dowager Queen.
Wow.
The Dowager Queen speaks wisely, Your Grace. Even if the blockade could be broken, are we to invite these alien raiders into our waters so close to King's Landing?
It's time you set out for Harrenhal, I think.
Your Grace, if Daemon prevails in the Riverlands, I no longer have the numbers to challenge him. We lost much at Rook's Rest, as you well know.
Take what strength we have and force Daemon and his Riverlords to fight on two fronts.
And you yourself?
I'll fly out to meet you when the time is ripe. I see we're all agreed.
Oh, God.
Mother, a word.
I caution you, Aemond. Boldness is one thing, but overconfidence...
Remind me of your place on the small council.
You know very well I represented your father during the last years of his life.
Father's dead. You served the realm well, at a time of need. That need is ended. You are no longer obliged.
You have the impetuousness of youth, and its arrogance, neither of which is to be desired
I
in a
release
king.
you of your seat, such as it was. Sure you'll be much pleased to return to more domestic pursuits.
Wow.
Have the indignities of your childhood not yet sufficiently been avenged?
I don't know what she does now, though. I mean, she's clearly going to stay there, I would think, in King's Landing, but what's she got? He looks a bit lost, doesn't he? Bless him. God, why am I wanting to cry, for f***'s sake?
Your Grace.
She should have hugged him or something.
Sir Stephen Darklyn, Your Grace.
I find myself, Sir Stephen, in an impossible position. I have lost Princess Rhaenys and her dragon. I hold an island seat with no land army.
There is still Daemon and Caraxes.
That remains to be seen. I must now proceed as if I stand alone. And I see now that to do that, I need more dragon riders. You. I looked into the history, and indeed it is true. Your grandmother's grandmother, Arianna, was born a Targaryen princess.
To even consider such a thing, Your Grace honors me beyond what I deserve.
You understand your peril. I do not compel you to do this. It has never been attempted before. To claim a dragon, you must also be prepared to die.
I well understand the risk, and I accept it with gladness.
Then perhaps the gods will favor us.
Oh, here goes Daemon with one of his new visions, no doubt. Oh yeah, he's in the throne room. Oh, he's on the throne.
Did you say it? The heir for a day.
You can't possibly still be angry about this.
You should have been at my side. In everything I've given you, you've thrown back in my face.
Open the door!
Please.
May I be of assistance, Your Grace?
Perhaps the culprit who's been tampering with my peace. A friend by day and a foe by night. You resent my being here. You are an agent of the High Tower rabble. Whatever your game is strong, your king is on his guard.
Yes. No.
He's lost the plot, hasn't he? See, yeah, I do wonder if they're actually real. I know what I said in the intro, but Laris has never mentioned them.
You weren't going to bid me farewell?
There's something wrong with me. Someone poisoned me. Or else it's this swamp air or...
The ghost of Harren the Black moaning his curses from Kingspire Tower?
Drivel! All of it!
When something does not please you, you run. Dragonstone, Stepstones, Pentos, Harrenhal.
I awaken, I do not know where I've been.
You are not the player, but a piece on the board. As am I, for that matter.
She never even wanted it. The crown. She spared it no thought.
Well, that's perhaps why your brother gave the crown to her. Perhaps those who strive for it are the least suited to wear it.
Don't lecture me!
It's not a prize to be won, but a burden to bear.
If you have any counsel for dealing with the River Lords, I'd be glad of it.
Daemon Targaryen asking for help.
Counsel?
Tully's wisdom has kept the river houses in line for centuries. But Grover Tully is their Lord Paramount. Without him, they will never raise their banners as one.
Then I can do nothing.
You? No.
I need help, Alice.
In 3 days' time, the winds will shift.
She is so weird. Oh god. I would volunteer, in fairness. This isn't going to go well, is it? Oh, he's lovely. Oh.
Pyrie. Pyrie.
Seasmoke. Do hear that?
Oh no. Oh no.
Do not show fear.
That'd be really difficult.
Do hear it? Seasmoke.
Oh, I'm so tense. I'd be terrified. Because as a Targaryen, you'd have grown up around them, but this guy... Quickly before he changes his mind.
I've done it.
Yes, but get on him. Nicely. Shit.
Alan! My lord. This ship will sail in a few days' time.
Your men will be glad to have you among them.
I wish you to sail with me. As my first mate.
There are more experienced men at your service.
I was younger than you when I took my first command. You distinguished yourself in the Stepstones. You are a fine choice for this post.
Is this an order or a request?
I will expect you to report for your duties on the morrow.
Why does he not want it?
Bit thin, isn't it?
It's either that or the fish.
Nothing but fish in this damn city.
Makes you sick, doesn't it? Knowing they're banqueting every night at the castle.
That can't be true.
My girls were taken to the Red Keep a few nights ago. Feasting and merriment. Brats of lamb, my love. Mince pies, honey cakes, beef and gravy. There is to be another revel on the morrow with dancing.
That ain't right. King Viserys loved his feasts, but never while us small folk went without.
But he's gone now, and his rightful heir denied her seat.
Giving him something to think about.
I myself, if you recall, was in favour of treating with Lord Mutton to march on Rook's Rest, a more conventional approach. True, not as sensational. His numbers were few, but we may yet retain...
Thank you.
It is my fault, I think, that you have forgotten to fear me.
Oh, also true. Because there's literally no way anybody would talk like that to Aegon or Aemond or Viserys, even. Come to that.
Surely it was not the only possibility. Might there not be others among the highborn of the Seven Kingdoms?
And who will be so foolish as to try, after hearing what befell Sir Stefan?
It doesn't have to be highborn, though.
There is good news to be had. The small folk of King's Landing are listening.
Will it be enough?
We have laid the kindling only. Tonight we will light it. Maybe not. But... If I may, Your Grace, this becomes you.
Oh.
There ain't nothing left.
I've been waiting all day.
Got enough sheep for your dragons, then?
The small folk have become restless. There is not food enough in the city.
The more reason Sir Tyler must break the blockade. Why is this anger directed at us? It is Rhaenyra the Pretender who ordered the gullet closed and left them all to starve.
It does occur to me that your grace has yet to name a hand. Sir Kristen, of course, served your brother, but you need one who may advance your cause.
Do you take me for a fool?
On the contrary, my prince.
Have little patience for the self-important Lord Laris. But you are, as it happens, correct. Every king needs a hand. I'll make it your responsibility.
My prince, it is an honor I'd never considered for myself.
Not to serve as hand. You towed to fetch him. What O Hightower?
Oh, wow.
You'll see it done.
Your grace.
You're late.
I am happy to report that His Grace the King has regained consciousness this morning.
Oh, shit.
He is stronger than I thought. He may yet live, thank the gods.
Not happy news.
Just as he was getting comfy.
I'll see my brother. What do you remember?
Nothing.
Can we stop?
You challenged Meleese. It was foolish.
My prince?
You're in the most capable hands, Your Grace. Seems my brother has a long recovery ahead of him, Grand Maester.
Some of us must serve in smaller ways, even if they are not what we would choose for ourselves. Meaning no offense, None of this is your fault.
I want Mother.
I know it's difficult, but it...
Oh.
I bring good news, Reyna. Prince Reggio has answered your letter. Thought you'd be happy. You hate it here.
You misled me, my lady. There is a large dragon in the Vale.
Rumor of it began shortly after the war. It is large and formidable, but alas wild.
Alas.
Sheep stealer, isn't it?
You know you're not fooling anyone. You still continue this subterfuge.
Don't want my men to get the wrong idea.
About what? You're just like him.
Oh, he's shaving his head.
Do you never think about what could be ours?
To get rid of the hair.
We spend the whole of our lives in the shadow of the sea snake's great castle. Not wish to dwell in it any longer.
And so you belittle your great opportunity, while me, he ignores.
The sea snake would sooner have high tide claimed by the sea than call us his sons. Stop wasting your life waiting for something that will never come.
Come on, Rhaenyra, think of lowborn Targaryens.
It was a bold attempt. I admire you for it. They say you struck Lord Bartimus today.
He is lucky I did not have his tongue.
Will you lead us to war yourself?
I have directed Lord Mouton to march on Rook's Rest and sent another raven to the Vale to persuade...
We may marshal the strength of the Vale, Maidenpool, and all our allies besides. We will still never match the strength of the Green armies. We need Daemon and his dragon.
Your Grace, the Lady Missaria.
My queen, our gift is sent.
What gift?
It is hope for clouds over the Blackwater tonight.
Poor Jace. Why is she not telling him, though? She sent them food? She has. Oh shit. That's very cool.
You said it improved.
His Grace sleeps 9 hours of every 10. His mending may be long and painful, but it is my sincere hope that His Grace will be spared.
And what will he be if he lives? My letters to my father.
There has been no word from Sir Otto, as of yet. There is war in the Reach now, Your Grace. House Beesbury has raised arms against the Hightower host. Retribution for their lord's demise.
Oh, Beesbury's the one that they killed when Viserys died, wasn't it? When the Cole smashed his head into the table.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I wondered if you've heard from Father. They've sent ravens to Highguard and Andelain town, but have had no reply.
I've heard nothing.
Strange there has been no word.
Otto Hightower is ever resourceful. He will send news when there is news to send.
My son Daron, what's he like?
Does he not write to you?
Less and less these days.
Clever. As adept with his lute as he is with his sword. And a feature in the fancies of many a young lady, I'll wager. He's kind.
That's good. Was it the court? Was it their mother?
I'm sure you did your best.
Cole is still a dickhead.
You, where'd you get that food? Rhaenyra's ships. Ships? They came ashore in the middle of the night with gifts from the Queen. She thinks of us even now.
Amazing. Oh shit, that's the dragon pit, isn't it?
Your Graces, we must leave. Now.
Oh, they're at the sept.
Get the Queens to the wheelhouse!
Oh, Jesus. Surely it would have been better to have kept them there.
There's the train of fishes! Keep moving! Long live Queen Rhaenyra! Live Queen Rhaenyra! Helena! Your Grace! Please, get off!
No! No! Sheathe your swords! Sheathe your swords!
Oh, Jesus. It's not them, though!
I'm afraid you will never be whole. Orwell has exhausted his abilities. Your mind is all that remains to you. Do not say that gladly. People will pity you, either behind your back, and they will underestimate you. And this will be your advantage.
No.
Your brother rules in your place now, which means that your life is in danger. But I think you know that.
Good grief, what is he doing now?
Brother.
David, she's gone.
I'm sorry. You needed me. I'm here now. I'm here now.
Your Grace. Sorrowful news from Riverrun, my king. Lord Grover is dead.
Tides will turn. The wind.
Young Oscar Tully is now Lord Paramount of the Riverlands.
What Alice said.
Riverrun's maesters have been at their wits' end. Our own healer, Alice Rivers, volunteered her renowned skills. She plied her craft, but there was not more to be done.
He's going to be a dragon rider, isn't he? I don't think he thinks that, though. I think he's thinking, lunch. I don't know which dragon that is. Was that Laenor's dragon? It's like, I want you to be my rider! Come here! Ow. Hello! Yeah, that is, isn't it? A Seasmoke. He just wants a hug.
Rhaenys and her dragon are dead. I have Syrax and 2 young beasts. We cannot take on Vhagar alone.
You have me.
You have my thanks.
I believe you are meant to be queen.
Who's gonna walk in?
Begging your pardon. Your Grace.
The dragon Seasmoke has been sighted flying over Spicetown. From what we have heard, he has a rider.
Who?
Impossible to tell from the ground.
The Greens?
I don't know who else it could be.
Shall I summon your council?
Shit. I mean, obviously we know it's not them, but she's gonna think it is.
Mother!
Oh. Hopefully it's okay. Oh, don't end, don't end. Oh, you're gonna end. Oh. I can't believe it ended like that, and it's gonna make me wait till next week. So, okay, so that it's good though, because we now know that Rhaenyra will find out that a non-Targaryen can ride dragons. It's just how she's gonna find out, because obviously she's gonna go and she's obviously flying to find Seasmoke to find out who's riding him. And hopefully she's going to see who it is before she just burns the fuck out of him. That's going to have been Seasmoke, isn't it? Who the guy in her council, Darklyn, tried to ride. Because I was thinking that's very convenient that she suddenly decided that non-Targaryens can ride dragons, and then that dragon suddenly decides to seek out its own rider. But that's Seasmoke, and he's been lonely. We know he's been lonely for a while. And if the Darklyn guy tried to ride him, or tried to claim him, it felt like it almost worked. But I think the Darkling guy was showing too much fear, and I think that's what kind of prompted that specific dragon to go and do what he just did. So yeah, that's cool. I loved the fact that she sent food to King's Landing. I thought that was a brilliant move. Obviously, the side effect of nearly getting Alicent and Helena killed wasn't part of her plan, and that was just kind of unfortunate timing. But that might make them in the Red Keep be a little bit more aware of what's going on. Whereas if nobody had been out there, then it might not have been quite as effective. I'm not quite sure which way that's going to go, actually. But as to the whole Daemon Harrenhal thing, I literally don't know what's going on there. I've tried to wrap my brain around it. I'm sure at some point somebody's gonna figure it out. Or maybe I will by the end of the season, but yeah. It's intriguing though. I like it. Again, like I said in the intro, I like it, but it's frustrating because of the implications for Rhaenyra. But I actually like the mystery around it, and the implied history of Harrenhal and stuff. And I can't. It's really another thing that I'm finding really funny as well is in season 1, or more to the end of season 1 actually, when the kids were obviously a little bit older and had actual personalities, but it's funny to me how out of Aegon and Aemond, I liked Aemond better. Well, it's not funny because Aegon was obviously an asshole and did what he did to the maid and stuff like that. You know, he's obviously a real piece of shit. Whereas Aemond was the bullied one, and he didn't have a dragon, and he had to fight for his dragon. And he did some fucked up stuff as well, but it wasn't near Aegon's standard, and he just seemed like the more fair guy in some ways. Like, even though he killed Luke, he obviously didn't mean to do that. But in this season, Aegon seems the more nicer of the two. And I was thinking during that episode as well, like, obviously we see Aegon led there all burnt and stuff, and obviously very scared of his brother now. And it's funny because I think up until this point, honestly, Aegon has just treated life like a game. Like, even being king was a game, it was fun, he could do what he wanted, he could employ his friends as King's Guard, he could go to brothels, he could just... Like, there was no consequences to anything. And with what Aemond did, I feel like it's just brought everything crashing down around him, obviously literally, but he is now acutely aware that this is not a game, and that his brother is very much intent on ruling. And even though he may have suspected it before and kind of been like, well, you take it then, I don't think he ever thought that Aemond would do that. And it's, I don't know, it's just, despite everything he's done, it's actually heartbreaking. And we kind of had a very similar moment with Alicent, because I've always actually quite liked Alicent throughout most of the first season and throughout most of this one. Like, I get that she's done some shady shit, but so's Rhaenyra. I've never been, like, I'm definitely Team Black, but I've never been fully hating Team Green. I don't like Otto. I like his character, but I don't like him. But Alicent has always seemed swept along by everything and still quite likeable. I feel like she's trying to do the right thing in the circumstances that she's been given. And I think that's not always easy. And the first point that I really actively disliked her was in episode 4 of this season, when she was an asshole to Aegon because she was drunk. And that was what triggered him to fly out to Brook's Rest. And like, she's obviously aware that her goading is probably what put Aegon where he is now. I mean, I know she's blaming Aemond, and I know it was Aemond that actually did it, but it was her fault that he went there in the first place. Aegon, I mean. And she's obviously looking for reassurance from her brother that she's not a shit mother. And it's difficult, isn't it? Because I think she's done the best that she could, but she's obviously not had a good example, because her mother died when she was quite young, I think. And her dad is obviously very unfeeling, and I don't think she's had a lot of good examples of being a good parent. And she's obviously had the whole Rhaenyra being the heir thing hanging over her, and what her dad said in season 1 as well about having to, you know, that Rhaenyra will have to kill her kids to take the threat and stuff like that. So she's had that threat hanging over her, and she's, I don't know, it's very I think it's very easy to blame Alicent for a lot of stuff, but that's kind of what I like about this, and what I liked about Game of Thrones, is there's so many grey areas. You end up liking characters which you never thought you would like, and you end up hating characters that started off good, and I don't know, I just really like the way it does that. And I'm rambling again. Before I do go though, I will just throw in a reminder that if you are into full-length reactions, then you can find those over on my Patreon. The link is in the description below. You'll find the full-length reaction to this episode, as well as everything else I've got on the channel. So if that's something that interests you, then do check that out. But yeah, I think that was probably everything I wanted to say, so I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.